Felix had survived 3 galactic wars, navigated through asteroid fields blindfolded, and once talked his way out of an execution by singing Earth opera to a tone-deaf warlord. But nothing, absolutely nothing, had prepared him for this moment. The coffee cup tumbled from his trembling hands in slow motion, its contents arcing through the air like a brown comet of doom. It splashed directly onto Princess Zarakai of the Vorathian Empire, drenching her ceremonial robes in scalding earth caffeine. The entire diplomatic hall fell silent. 200 alien dignitaries froze mid-conversation. Evelyn, Felix's co-pilot, and the only other human on the station, grabbed his arm so hard he felt his circulation stop. "Felix," she hissed through clenched teeth. "You just assaulted royalty." The princess stood motionless, coffee dripping from her silver-threaded garments onto the polished obsidian floor. Her crystalline skin, normally a soft lavender, flushed deep purple. Her 4 eyes, ranged in a diamond pattern across her face, all locked onto Felix with an intensity that made his survival instinct scream. Then she spoke, her voice resonating through the hall like a thunderclap. "Take my clothes off." Immediately, the room erupted. Vorathian guards reached for their plasma weapons. The Centauri ambassador fainted. Evelyn's face went through several shades of pale that Felix didn't know were humanly possible. What?" Felix stammered, convinced he'd misheard. "Now," Princess Zarakai shrieked, her elegant composure shattering. "This liquid is burning. Remove these garments before it reaches my skin." Understanding crashed over Felix like a second wave of disaster. Vorathians had pH-sensitive skin. Acidic substances could cause serious chemical burns. The coffee wasn't just an embarrassment. It was a medical emergency. Felix's military training kicked in. He lunged forward, fingers working at the ornate clasps of her ceremonial robe while Evelyn rushed to help from the other side. The Vorathian guards raised their weapons, but the princess held up one hand to stop them. "He's helping, you fools," she snapped as Felix peeled away the outer layer of her clothing, careful not to let the coffee-soaked fabric touch her skin more than necessary. Evelyn yanked off her own jacket and wrapped it around the princess's shoulders while Felix wrestled with the complicated fastenings of the underrobe. His fingers fumbled with clasps designed for beings with 6 digits instead of 5. Sorry. So sorry," Felix muttered like a mantra, focusing intently on the mechanical task and absolutely nothing else. "These clasps are really, why do you need 17 of them?" 17 symbolizes the 17 moons of Vorathia, the princess said through gritted teeth, though her voice had lost some of its fury. "It's tradition. Tradition is going to give me an aneurysm," Felix replied, finally freeing the last clasp. The underrobe fell away, and Evelyn immediately wrapped her jacket tighter around the princess, whose crystalline skin showed angry red patches where the coffee had made contact. A medical team rushed forward with neutralizing agents and burn treatment. As the medics worked, Princess Zarakai's 4 eyes studied Felix with an unreadable expression. The hall remained deathly quiet, every being present waiting to see if this incident would spark an interstellar incident. "You acted quickly," the princess finally said. "Despite your catastrophic clumsiness, you potentially saved me from serious injury." Felix opened his mouth, then closed it, then opened it again. Yes, I'm the one who caused the injury. So saving you from it seems like the bare minimum, Felix," Evelyn interrupted, elbowing him in the ribs. "Stop talking." The princess's expression shifted, the corners of her mouth turning upward in what might have been a smile, or a warning sign of impending violence. "With aliens, it was hard to tell. I have read about your species," Zarakai said thoughtfully. "Humans have a saying, do they not? Fight or flight." "Yes, Your Highness," Evelyn answered when Felix seemed incapable of speech. "But there is a third response your people exhibit more than any other species in the known galaxy." The princess stepped closer to Felix, her 4 eyes gleaming with something that looked almost like amusement. "You run toward danger to help others, even when you cause that danger yourselves. Especially then." She turned to address the assembly. This human's clumsy attack was clearly accidental. His immediate action to mitigate harm demonstrates the bizarre human instinct to protect even their enemies. She looked back at Felix. "I find this admirable, stupid, but admirable." The tension in the room evaporated. Nervous laughter rippled through the crowd. The Vorathian guards lowered their weapons. The diplomatic summit will continue, Princess Zarakai announced. But from this moment forward, all Earth beverages are banned from the conference hall. As the princess was escorted away by her medical team and attendants, Evelyn turned to Felix with an expression somewhere between relief and exasperation. "Only you," she said, shaking her head. "Only you could accidentally assault an alien princess, strip her in front of 200 diplomats, and somehow come out of it with her respect." Felix slumped against a pillar, his adrenaline finally crashing. "I need a drink. Anything but coffee," Evelyn replied from across the hall. Princess Zarakai glanced back at them one last time. Her fur eyes met Felix's too, and she nodded slightly, a gesture of acknowledgement between warriors. Felix had survived 3 galactic wars, asteroid fields, and tone-deaf warlords. Today, he'd survived something far more terrifying: first contact with the destructive power of human coffee. And somehow, in the process, he'd reminded the galaxy why humanity's chaotic instinct to help even in disasters of their own made them the most unpredictable species in the universe. That, more than any weapon or warship, was humanity's greatest strength,